Do you ever feel like no matter how much you try to improve yourself, or no matter how much you try to figure out what men want or how to attract men, love continues to slip through your fingers? You go on dates with men who seem like they're the perfect match, but it turns out they're not ready for a long-term commitment, or they want different things in life. Basically, it just never works out for one reason or another. And it's confusing because perhaps a part of you thinks you're a pretty special woman, a catch, and yet another part of you wonders if something inside of you is broken. If you're at that point where you're about to resign yourself to a life of being single, then this is the video for you. So don't lose hope on real love just yet, because if you're ready to get the guy, to get the love you want, then keep listening, because there are 4 sneaky blocks that could be hindering you from finding love. And in most cases, you're probably unaware of each of them. Hi, I'm Nadine Piet, a dating and lasting attraction coach for smart, savvy women and the founder of Healthy You, Healthy Love. Now, before we continue, please be sure to comment below and let me know if there's anything specific that you'd like help with, and if there's a topic you'd like me to do a video on. I want to find out who you are and what your needs are so I can support you on your path to big, sexy love. And when it comes to this topic, is there anything you'd like to share? Please comment below. So here's a hard pill to swallow. There could be something going on in your psyche that's stopping you from attracting the man you want. But more often than not, stay with me here, we are blind to the things we think and do that hinders us from finding love. Why is that? Because these blocks are largely unconscious. They could be the byproduct of previous dating and love experiences, or the way you were brought up, or how pressured and confined you feel from society's standards. And here's the real clincher. Unless you bring these love blocks to light, you won't be able to figure out exactly what it is you're doing that's making it hard for you to establish a long-term, healthy relationship, if that's what you authentically want. These are not necessarily big, dark, insidious issues, and yet critical to address, as sometimes a seemingly small and inert belief can impact your ability to create that deep, lasting bond with the sexy and kind man you want. So let's do this. Here are the 4 common sneaky love blocks. Number 1, protecting your heart. Maybe you've been hurt or felt rejected by someone you really loved, or dare I say, someone you were hooked to or addicted to. Maybe you were in a long-term relationship that ended badly and you don't want the same thing to happen again, or maybe you've had a string of false starts, many mini affairs that never developed into a fully fledged committed relationship. Basically, lots of disappointments and a feeling of false hope. I get it. Finding true partnership can feel hard, and that's why so many women find themselves protecting their hearts as a defense mechanism that is often brought on by previous unpleasant experiences, and understandably so. Who wants to get hurt, right? However, this can go to the extreme end of the spectrum. This love block may show up with you having high expectations that no one seems to be able to live up to, or you may be quick to dismiss, judge, or reject men, or maybe as soon as someone shows you real interest, you find a reason, any reason, to block a romantic development. All of these are manifestations of your fear of getting hurt. You're trying to protect yourself so you won't get your heart broken again. The thing is, whatever happened in your past is largely irrelevant to what is happening in the present. Yes, learn from the past, but remind yourself that the past doesn't have to repeat itself. And if you do find yourself in a pattern, the same outcome only happening with different men, then perhaps you need to have a very loving and courageous look at why you're attracted to men who don't bring you joy, who are not aligned with your values, who you don't deeply value. If you're not sure if you have a love block or how to overcome one, then check out my love block quiz. After answering a few short questions, I share with you a personalized response and a solution to your specific block if you have one. This is transformational, and the link is right below in the description. The next love block is number 2. You attract unavailable men. There's a simple reason for this. You're also not as available as you like to think you are. Unconsciously, you try to make it work with a man who will never give you what you want because you're actually not ready for what you want. Or you think that you'll never get what you want and you're confirming this belief. When you yourself are not available for a long-term relationship and all the responsibilities that come with it, you tend to invest in men who won't invest in you completely so that you don't have to face your own fears. This is one of the sneakiest love blocks because most women, hand on heart, believe they're invested in finding love. They give men a chance and yet they're never with men who will commit to them. They choose tricky men. To change this, you have to choose men who are kind and good to you, men who share your core values, men who have a similar lifestyle to you. Anything other than this is simply you avoiding intimacy. Choosing distraction is not choosing love. You cannot have a truly intimate relationship with a man who's not 100% invested in your relationship. It really is that simple. Don't complicate it. Block 3, you're not confident with your physical self. If you don't feel that you're sexy or attractive enough, this also impacts your chance of finding real love. Confidence is sexy, not the size of your hips. When clients come to me for coaching or for group workshops, at the beginning, we rarely work on dating advice. We pull apart their understanding of their worth, their value, and how to love, adore, and honor themselves. When my clients feel comfortable and beautiful in their own skin, not only do they become instantly more attractive, they become far better at relating with themselves, which allows them to more easily bond with men. If we don't master the fundamentals of the self, then relationships become harder than they need to be, if not impossible. And when we don't feel good about ourselves, we don't feel good about life. And the reality is, when it comes to men committing to women, aging women and men are falling in love every day, everywhere in the world, and in every age group. Most of these people are not slim, fit, or beautiful in the traditional or quintessential way. The pressure we put on ourselves does not match the reality of how people actually fall in love. This is not to say that you should let yourself go and not make any effort. The message here is to focus on what actually matters and what makes you truly attractive to a man. You do far better investing in building your confidence, checking your dating attitude, overcoming past hurts, than spending a dime on Botox, fillers, and new outfits. Yes, some men do seek younger women, and yet there are many who don't. And let's get real here. There are plenty of women who are open to or seek a younger man. In fact, it's become quite fashionable. Instead, focus on men who are looking for what you want. Don't chase men who aren't looking for you. When we can acknowledge that every human has their preferences, we can accept it and give energy where there is energy, giving and receiving energy. Again, it's that simple. Block 4, you think you're too much for a man. For the last 20 plus years, women have been encouraged to be stronger, to be fierce, to go head to head with men in the corporate world, to fight for equality. Or maybe you're far from climbing the corporate ladder and yet you're still a strong, formidable woman who knows what she wants and values. Maybe you've been told or you believe that men find you intimidating, that you're too much personality, too much energy, too much of you. Here's news for you. While you may be all of those things, it doesn't mean you're not lovable. In fact, the right man will find all of these qualities endearing, and he will be there to support you as you go further into your ambitions and your career and adore you for you. Sure, some women are ego-driven. They don't listen. They're out to prove that they don't need a man in an obvious way. They like to boss everyone around, including men. If you're not doing these things, then know that you're not too much for a man. You need a confident man who's able to match you and perhaps calm you when you need it. So don't date men who don't appreciate empowered women. I can assure you there are men who love and appreciate a sassy woman. In fact, in my program, Never Lose Him, I reveal a brilliant technique called the LIPS method. I share the traits that drive men wild, and sass is in there. And yet it's imperative to balance the sass out with the 3 other critical ingredients for magnetic attraction. If you haven't got it yet, then you can access it right now in the description. The entire first part of the program is full of techniques to make you feel confident and undeniably magnetic around men, so check it out below. So there you have it, the sneaky barriers to intimate love. You can't actively change something you're not willing to admit you have an issue with. When you heard me list these 4 blocks, did one of them or more ring true, even just a little? If that's the case, then I suggest you invest some time and energy into understanding why you have this defense or story about love and yourself. Then you need to approach finding real love in a different way. Simply put, rather than focusing on how to make him fall in love with you, focus on loving you, believing in you, and learning what love really is to you. Well, that's it for today. Please comment below and let me know if any of these 4 blocks resonated with you. Also, if you haven't yet or you're new, please do subscribe to this channel. This will allow me to keep creating these videos for you. Just hit the subscribe button below this video and the bell button to get notified of our new videos every week. Of course, if you think a friend would benefit from this topic, please share this with them, as it might be the very video they need to see to inspire romantic love with the man they want. It's been a great honor to have you here with me. I encourage you to choose to love a little more every day in some special way, and see you again at my next video.